The call came while I was on the rig, wind tearing at the steel, machinery roaring, salt burning my lips. It was my neighbor's voice, trembling, frantic. "The police are here. Your son, he has marks on his neck." I couldn't breathe. Through the static, I heard my boy, small, cracking, terrified, telling an officer, "Mom's boyfriend put the dog's shock collar on me. He kept pressing the button." My hand closed so tight on the radio it cut my palm. The rig manager saw my face. He didn't ask questions, broke protocol. He pointed to the waiting helicopter. "Go. Teach that fool a lesson." They thought I was a worker trapped at sea. They forgot I was a Marine before this. The flight back blurred into silence. But my thoughts weren't quiet. They were sharp, precise. Not just rage, calculation. It wasn't the boyfriend alone. He was just a parasite. The real betrayal had her fingerprints all over it. My wife, my partner, the woman who let that bastard into the house where my son sleeps. I pictured her face when I left for the rig 2 weeks ago. That smile, that casual, "Be safe." Did she already know then? Did she already allow it? The thought cut deeper than the collar ever could. When I landed, I didn't rush to the house. I went to the hospital first. My boy was there, small hands trembling, eyes too old for his years. He clung to me, silent, but the truth was written on his skin. Bruises circling his neck, burns where the metal dug too deep. No Marine training could prepare me for that sight. But I held steady, because someone had to. And behind his pain, I saw hers. Not a mistake, not ignorance, a choice. I didn't confront her, not yet. I slipped back into the house like a ghost. Her perfume hung in the air. His shoes were at the door. They didn't expect me home. I watched, listened. Her laughter floated from the kitchen. His voice answered, casual, familiar. My boy's trauma wasn't hidden, not from me, but from her. She wore her mask so well I almost believed it. Almost. Every smile she gave him was another cut. Every shared glance told me everything I needed to know. So I set traps. Phone records, bank statements, quiet visits to neighbors. I pieced together the puzzle she thought she hid. The nights he stayed over, the money she moved around, the lies she spun about needing help with the kids. She didn't just betray me, she sold the safety of my son for the comfort of a man who broke him. Each revelation didn't ignite me, it cooled me. Rage sharpens when you freeze it. By the end of the week, I had every detail. I knew when they met. I knew what they whispered. I knew she let him do it. The evidence lay in a plain envelope. Photos, records, medical reports. I didn't hand it to her immediately. No, timing was everything. I waited until dinner. My boy sat quietly, pushing food across his plate. She pretended nothing had happened. He wore a scarf to cover the burns. I slid the envelope onto the table. Her eyes flickered. She reached for it. When she opened it, the color drained from her face. Every secret she thought buried stared back at her in black and white. She tried to speak, stammered, "Where did you—" I looked at her, cold, silent. Her mask shattered. The tears came fast, frantic. But tears don't erase scars. That night, after I put my son to bed, she followed me into the living room. She tried again, pleading, bargaining, weaving excuses out of desperation. "I didn't know he'd hurt him. I thought it was harmless. I never meant—" I cut through her words with a single sentence. "You let him." She froze. Because the truth doesn't need volume. It only needs precision. I told her the papers were already filed. Custody granted. Her lies dismantled before she even realized the war had begun. I told her the house was mine, that she would walk out with nothing but shame. Her face collapsed. She begged. She reached for me. I stepped back. That broke her more than any scream could. By dawn, I was gone. My boy asleep in the back seat, safe, while the city lights bled into the horizon. I didn't leave a note. I didn't leave a chance for her to explain. She had already written her confession into my son's skin. The betrayal wasn't the boyfriend. It was her silence, her choice, her comfort over his safety. As the road opened before me, I felt nothing for her anymore. No anger, no sorrow, just clarity. She lost everything. I still had my son. And in that exchange, I gained something far sharper than revenge: freedom.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and comment. Subscribe now to Cheating Stories Insight World for more amazing stories.